We don't get to learn a lot about Luke reading the book. How did you build the character without having a lot of previous material to fall upon?
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, I guess a big part of it was just going off of the script. Bruce Miller, wrote this brilliant script, and I think as an artist, an actor, very often like just the text is your Bible. That's what you get everything from. And so, yeah, I just looked at his book and read off that and read about the experiences of people who've been in experiences like that. And that was my guide, really. And then also the actors I was working with, Lizzie and I met before filming and hung out, talked about characters and things like that as well.
It's really interesting that the concept of the show, when you think about it, it feels so far-fetched. And now we're seeing that's really not. With far-right politicians and their followers, religious zealots trying to use their faith to do horrible stuff. Do you ever read the scripts or watch the episodes and think, wow, this is so surreally accurate? Yeah,
although I would say that, I was alive during apartheid. These systems aren't surprising to me. When I'm growing up, I learned about Jim Crow and other states around the world which are in. So to me, this is not a new. Yes, we have the fashion of the 30s and 40s, but we have other types of even now we have regimes which separate people, which tear them away from their families, which are completely oppressive to women, who have terrible imbalances of rich and poor, and so it's here with us, and hopefully we can dismantle those.
Yeah, this season from the first 3 episodes that I got to watch, it feels like Luke's taking more and more the role of the spokesperson, the public figure, asking for sponsors for that fight, tackling a new role. Was that something that you could imagine back in season 1?
No, it was a big discussion actually about how good do we even think he's at it. I tried to kind of make it so he wouldn't be that good at the public speaking, because I don't think he would naturally do that. But the role really grows during this season, and there's some really, really exciting, interesting turns for Luke.
With him being in Canada, I take it you don't get to see a lot of the rest of the cast, except for the characters that are in Canada as well. And the show has attracted such incredible talent. Do you ever just think, oh gosh, I wish I could have just at least one scene opposite with this actor or that actor?
No, definitely. I definitely have that. Although, I got to work with Yvonne this season, and last season, and that was so great. We got that airport scene, and so getting to work with her was just like a treat, because she's freaking amazing. And so, this season I get to work with some other actors. I don't want to spoil anything for you guys, but there's some interesting stuff that happens.
And also, this season was famously shut down because of the pandemic, as most series had to. I know that it's such an intense show, and you have to be in such a high intensity level. How does it feel to, get to that level, shoot a bit, and then have to stop for months, and then go back to that level again to continue shooting?
I kind of said a bit before, but really it's a privilege. It's a privilege. Like, so many people stopped and they didn't get to go back to work. I got to go back to work. I got to work with people I love, create something I believe in. So it feels like a real privilege to get to do that.
I know that you also write, direct, produce, compose. You're a man of many, many talents. Would you eventually like to take on any of these roles in Handmaid's Tale? I know Elizabeth got to direct an episode this season.
Yeah, I really thought about whether or not it would be a good idea for me to direct some of Handmaid's Tale. I guess my sensibilities are quite humorous a lot of times. So I don't know, I was thinking maybe Handmaid's Tale with some musical numbers.
That would be amazing. A nice break from all the drama and intensity.
Right.
And also, you have so many huge projects coming up. The new season of Handmaid's, Black Widow, First Lady, hopefully a second series of Max as well. What else can you tell us, and how do you find the time to juggle everything?
Yeah, well, you know what, the other things I'm working on are behind the camera. There's 3 series that I'm developing at the moment. And so I'm hoping pretty soon I'll be able to make an announcement about them. They're really, really exciting series which are connected to Africa, which is close to my heart. So there's that going on. And then I have a charity, the ABC Foundation, which helps tech opportunities for young women in Zimbabwe and some other projects in Africa. In terms of finding time, I don't know. I work with really good people who help me, you know, and again, like this kind of thing, like organizing and mobilizing and finding like-minded people who can help share your burden, share your vision, improve your vision. I think that's the way I've ever got anything done.
Handmaid's Tale is a show where pretty much no character ever feels safe. Was there ever a moment where you felt like, okay, my character's arc is done, this will be my last season, and it was great while it lasted, or?
Not really. Oh no, I think I did. I think maybe it was sorry, things popping up on my screen. I think maybe in my first season, I did think, oh, I wonder what happens now. They ship me off to Canada, but I do understand, even just outside of me, that the storyline of June and her connection to the family and will they get back together is kind of fundamental to the thing. But anything can happen. They're very creative writers, and so but no, I don't really think like that. I really want to serve the show. I lots of times in the scenes I'm like, oh, cut that line of mine, because it's serving the show. I really believe in the show, so it's, you know, I want what's best for it, really.
Also, since you have so many projects where you work behind the scenes as well, I guess you take some of that mentality into your acting. You're starting to think as a producer, like, oh, does this work?
Yeah, maybe that's where it comes from. Maybe. I think I've always been attracted to like important stories. My first play I ever did was Le Blanc, which is a play about colonialism, and I had a tiny part in it. I loved it. I loved it because I was part of a story that was meaningful. And so I think that's always been kind of central to what moves me most.